Hey guys, this is Primeval. I'm about to get started with part 5 of my Deity Let's Play. This is the Assyria Deity Domination livestream, and I do see some people have tuned in for episode 5, and I do encourage you to post questions or comments in the chat. I might not always respond to them, and I definitely don't see them right away, but I do read and appreciate all your comments. So, let's continue with the game here. Even if you don't have anything too constructive to say, if you could just pop in and say that everything in the stream is running fine, that will give me a certain amount of reassurance. Alright, so in the last episode, we were getting our economy online, and we had a very nice gold per turn there at the end. Here we're pushing 81 gold per turn, and we're still building a lot of just important economy buildings that'll give us either gold, food, or production. I also have a Writers Guild going here in Gandulovo, and the only city that I've captured that I have yet to annex is Lundi, and I'll let it keep on building whatever it wants until it starts building something that I really don't need. Like if it started building an aqueduct or maybe a amphitheater, then I'd probably go and annex that. Although annexing it, say when it finishes the watermill, might also make sense. I don't want to have to annex it when my happiness dips closer to 0 or into unhappiness, because of course an annexed city, until you build that courthouse, contributes a lot of unhappiness. So the general plan here is, let's see, where are we on the tech section? We did settle this city here in Nimrud last episode, and that's to gain access to these iron, as well as get another good high production coastal city. And so once this guy grows up, he'll have a lot of nice tiles to work. We've got a bunch of hills, a bunch of iron mines, there's also the stone, and then 3 fish. So that should be a really nice city. I am going to go and get another cargo ship online to send food to Nimrud there. So Nineveh is working on the granary, and then we'll go and make a cargo ship and send an additional food naval route to Nimrud. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for letting me know that the stream is online. And Silent Vendetta 7 says it's the first time he's tuned in for my live stream, and is thanking me for the France selfie. Thanks. Alright, cool. And also, thanks Michael and Sorrel for letting me know the stream's online. Alright, so let's get on with it then. I'll quickly go and remind myself what we're doing tech-wise. So we're going up towards printing press, and I do have some spies, or a spy, trying to steal some techs here over from Brazil. Brazil is leading on score and on tech, so definitely a good choice there. Now I need to decide. The 3 tech choices at the moment are if I want to go up towards military science to get a head start on Brandenburg Gate and hopefully build that so we can pump out highly promoted at the moment galeases that will upgrade to frigates, or if we miss that window, then just to frigates. The other option is to run over towards industrialization. This will let us build factories, assuming we have coal, or assuming we can get coal off of some of our AI neighbors, or any of the AIs we've met. And the third option, which is less attractive, is to go up towards scientific theory to get our public schools online as quickly as possible. Since on Deity, it's generally easier to catch up by stealing techs, and since we're the Assyrians, claiming techs by capturing cities than actually getting our own science online. We will want public schools eventually, but getting them online earlier isn't going to be as effective as it would be in, say, a multiplayer situation or on lower difficulties. So yes, I think we'll see what we can steal with the spy. That's 7 turns. Let's head up towards industrialization. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get our economy online. We're gonna get open borders, eh? Yeah, I suppose that's fine. I've already scouted Polynesia's territory. I can sell them open borders. They've already reached influential status with us, so opening borders to them isn't really detrimental for me. Let's see how much are they willing to pay us here. 1 gold per turn. We'll go without open borders then. Oh yes, and Joshua Chen is reminding me that, in fact, Nimrud has 4 fish. 1, 2, 3, 4 potentially. So this should be a pretty sweet city. It is a city that I settled much later in the game than normal, but it has a lot of potential, and I hope it'll be quite useful for pumping out my navy in, say, 50 turns from now. No, maybe 30 turns. Alright, so we finished the market in Assyria. Up next, let's go and grab a bank. Cole Poo asks what my plan for Polynesia is. Since there's all these choke points and this rough terrain, especially the jungles, getting aggressive with them earlier would have been difficult. And now we've missed the opportunity to do any damage with just crossbows. If we wanted to get aggressive, we'd need artillery, but I'm worried that by the time we get a sufficient number of artillery up, Kamehameha will have an air force, which will totally nullify our artillery. So what we're going to do is get our production up, get our gold per turn up, get our science in order, and then build up a navy. We'll use that navy on someone from the other continent, get those guys super promoted, and then we'll go and turn around and use that navy on our friends and neighbors on our continent. With Brave New World, your gold really suffers if you go to war with everyone, and attacking or backstabbing our neighbor here would not endear us to the other AIs at all. So yes, my plan with Polynesia is, since this is a domination victory we're going for, we will go and deal with them eventually, but I would like to be friends with them for as long as possible. And if we go and see how he's feeling, we do have a lot of positive diplomatic modifiers with Kamehameha here. We freed one of their citizens, we voted for them in the World Congress, and we've made a declaration of friendship with the same leaders. So I'm hoping he's not going to backstab me. I don't think he will, but he might. And things will get pretty interesting if they do. Alright, so assigning delegates, scholars and residents. This is the 20% research boost if another civ has founded that technology. Since we are at the bottom end, we've discovered the fewest techs out of everyone in the game. We're going to vote for that, of course. We'll go commit our delegates there. Alright, with this worker, I do have a bunch of tiles that I can improve over by the capital. And actually, that's a good point. I'll change production from the bank to a worker and go and put up a farm here and some trading posts, maybe a mine. That'll be good. And this worker I'll send over to Nimrud to improve all of these tiles. Likewise with this worker, I don't think I want to set up a road just yet. So each road tile, of course, costs 1 gold per turn. But that cost is offset by the gold you get from city connections. And the amount of gold you get from city connections is based on a fairly involved formula, but it is essentially equal to the population of the target city. Let's go and swap gems for truffles there. That'll get us a little more happiness. And so if you want to know if the road will pay for itself, if the population in the target city is equal to or greater than the number of road tiles you need to connect the city, then generally the road will be worth it financially. Alright, so we got ourselves a great profit. I could go and settle him as a holy site for some faith per turn, or I could use him to convert some of my cities to Tengrism here. And Tengrism, the advantage for Tengrism for me here is that it is, I did take religious community as one of the tenants, and so that'll give me a nice production boost, especially once I get some factories and other such things up. Nice, Scholars in Residence is active. The real travesty is saying that Kamehameha does like a good backstab. I don't know. Yes, the AI does like to backstab, but I am feeling good. We do have 2 extra diplomatic modifiers that you wouldn't necessarily normally have. That would be the freed captured citizen and voting for them in the World Congress modifiers. So hopefully he's not going to backstab us. He also has 3 trade routes that he's sent to us, so that doesn't really look like hostile behavior to me. But he does have quite the army, so if he does decide that we need to die, we'll be in a fair amount of trouble. Alright, let's get some more happiness. We have plenty of happiness at the moment, but that won't last long. As soon as there are 2 ideologies, or as soon as we have an ideology, and it likely, given how low our culture is, well, we're going to face a lot of ideological pressure from our neighbors. And another thing to note is that since Polynesia is dominant with us, we will have to choose the same ideology as they do. Otherwise, our cities will start flipping, and we'll also face extreme unhappiness. Okay, all this looks fine. We're working on that cargo ship. We're going to go and send food to Nimrud, get that city jump started. And it's finally really warm here in Toronto. Like really, really warm. It rained, so the humidity is pretty up there. I'm not sure if it's affecting my commentary. Okay, so we just met Hong Kong. Venice is protecting Hong Kong. Someone's gonna declare war on Antwerp, and we're no longer allied with Antwerp. Well, I think we do have the goal to throw some money at them. I think I will go and do that. 500. Sure, let's do that. Ally Antwerp. Our textile is coming in 4 turns, and that actually lines up perfectly with finishing economics. And if Brazil does have industrialization, that'll be really nice. We can get started on factories, or at least getting our coal and iron away. They don't appear to have industrialization yet, or at least they don't have their factories up yet in the capital. Alright, with this caravan, let's go and send this guy over to Honolulu. That's a nice 11 gold per turn. The real travesty is asking if I'm planning on that frigate fleet. So having a very effective frigate fleet, especially one that's trained up really quickly by building Galeas and then paying to upgrade them to frigates, we did sort of miss that window. Fighting Shaka, the Impy, slowed us down a lot more than fighting any other AI would have. But dealing with him was pretty important, and we did completely eliminate him, so that's good. Getting a frigate force online is still going to be important, but it's not going to be a rush anymore. Fortunately, the AI is really bad at naval warfare, so even though our units might be a little outclassed, we'll still be able to do a good bit of damage with them. Most likely we'll just go and beat up on whoever all the AIs hate. At the moment, I believe that is France. So yeah, looks like everyone has denounced France except for Brazil, and instead, wait, no. Everyone's either at war with France or they've denounced France except for us. So, excuse me. Alright, let's get this great prophet over. We'll go and spread religion to Nineveh. And what was I saying? Ah yes, so likely we'll go and train up our frigates on the French. In fact, if we get some privateers online, we'll be able to steal some frigates from the French. And then once we've got range and logistics, we can upgrade those guys to battleships, and we'll be able to own the seas. At least that's the plan. Alright, so Brazil only has the 1 silver. I do have multiple dyes. Don't think I want copper banned, although I don't have copper myself. At least I don't think I have copper myself. Let's see. I am importing copper, is this correct? Yes, I am importing copper. If copper gets banned, it'll be a little unfortunate, but not a big deal. Alright, so here, let's go and get that zoo online. So yes, I am going to build frigates, but they're not going to be as powerful as they would have been had we gotten them online earlier. Alright, so here's the cargo ship. We're going to go and send some more food to Nimrud. And since I do have the tradition opener, we've got the free aqueduct and the free monument there. The aqueduct is going to help us grow even faster, in addition to the 2 cargo ships that are generating food there. Now, do I want to turn around and start pumping out Glias? I'll definitely want some experience generating buildings. Alright, let's go and build a barracks, and then we'll go build an armory, maybe pump out a Glias or 2 until we get industrialization, and we'll switch over to a factory. Okay, got 8 followers there, and that'll be a plus 8% production boost. We can sell gems as well, that's fine. A little gold per turn is definitely going to be helpful. Okay, wood is growing again. We're growing essentially once per turn, which is excellent. Here, work the stone. All these tiles are fine. I do have the gold to spare, so let's go and buy a better tile there. So Kolpu asks if I've considered denouncing France. So at the moment, I do have some trade deals going with France, I think. Deal history, yeah, I have a whole bunch of deals with France. And so at the moment, I'd rather have the gold and the luxury swaps with France than any diplomatic bonuses from denouncing them. And once other civs start to declare war on France, then I'll join the denouncement party. But at the moment, I'm not too eager to side or declare myself against France just yet. Right, so here, if we convert to Lundi, we'll only flip 2 citizens. That's probably because there's a lot of pressure from Catholicism there. Maybe I'll go and remove Catholicism from Novamba, and that'll reduce the pressure on my cities here and allow my own religion to spread naturally. Alright, so the Polynesians are thankful that we voted for them as host again. That's cool. Antwerp Bay. Alright, well, you'll pay for that. And I think I'll also go... no, I don't really want to get involved in a war just yet. We're in the build-up and recovery phase. We're trying to go and catch up on tech, get all our hammers in order. But I will go and revoke protection on these guys. And just so we don't get into any diplomatic squabbles over them. tech steal in one turn. Hopefully we'll pull that off and our guy won't be killed. Here, while I'm waiting, let's go armory, but if we are able to steal industrialization, I'll go and switch that over to a factory. Alright, let's run over to military science, and hopefully we'll be able to build the Brandenburg Gate. Alright, so, in the last episode, one of you guys in the stream did ask to build a caravel, and that'll definitely be useful. We can go and scout the other continent, so there, that guy's finally done. Mabamba can now go and start work on a Colosseum. We have plenty of happiness now, but that's not going to last forever. Especially with Nimrud growing so rapidly and the potential for some ideological troubles. Okay, oh, that looks good. Okay, this great profit conversion is only 2. Over in Mabamba, we can convert 4, which does flip the city. So we'll actually get some more pressure here for Tengrizim. That's good, and we'll go and see how many converts we would get over in Gondolovo. Alright, Spy Textile, what do we got? Or more importantly, were we successful? Excellent. And Pedro is plotting against Venice. Alright, steal a tech. Excellent. Industrialization here is the most expensive and the one we want, so that's perfect. We also get a second spy out of the deal, entering the next era. Let's go and see what Babylon is up to. Send a spy over there. They probably are second on tech, given their unique abilities. And we don't have any coal within our borders, but there is 3 coal here, 3 coal here, and 3 coal there. So we've got plenty of coal. I could go and buy one of these coal tiles. That's 80, which really isn't so bad. And then getting a worker to hook that up would take 10 turns. If I want to get started on the coal right away, I can use one of my great generals here. Since I'm not planning on going to war with Polynesia, I won't need this great general sitting around. I can go and drop a citadel to hook up this coal, and that'll get me the coal a lot sooner. The other option is if an AI has coal. But none of them have coal available for trade, which actually is a good thing. I might be able to get my factories online sooner and get first dibs on ideology, which, since Polynesia has already achieved cultural dominance with us, might not be as good a thing as it might normally be, because we might be forced to switch if they choose a different ideology. Ooh, it's hot in here. Right, so no coal available for trade. Potential ideological difficulties, but since we have been friends with Kamehameha the whole game, and he is willing to renew a declaration of friendship there, that's a good sign. He might actually choose the same ideology that we do if we choose one first. Alright, let's see how many converts we get now. Only 2, and at this other city, we'll see, find out next turn. Okay, all this seems fine. We will hook up this coal eventually. Ironclads are nice. I don't need that. Alright, and what's happening in the chat? No comments recently. Blizzard ID asked what my favorite civ is. I don't know if I have a favorite. Spain can definitely be very powerful, and it's definitely fun to get into those extremely overpowered situations. But on the same time, or at the same time, it does feel a little unfair sometimes. So I don't know, I don't know if I have a favorite civilization, but playing overpowered civs is definitely fun. Alright, so we definitely get more converts here, and it would have the added benefit of removing Catholicism. Alright, let's go and convert this city. We'll use our last two spread religions here. We'll have Tengrism at all of these cities. We should then be able to naturally spread our religion to Ulundi and Nimrud. And yeah, that's one advantage of not giving Kamehameha open borders. He won't be able to as effectively send in his missionaries to convert our cities. Okay, so here's a Brazilian city. Let's go and hook up this iron. The lighthouse is done. Let's get to work on a Colosseum. And do I want to buy some of these fish tiles? It would be pretty expensive. But they definitely are nice tiles. We'll buy ourselves another hill since that'll be quite useful. Lock down a fish and 90 for another fish. I do have a lot of gold. Fine. Let's do it. Oh, that's good. Alright, so Polynesia wants to sign a research agreement. Research agreements will give us a tech boost in 30 turns. And we might be able to build the porcelain tower when that completes, or before that completes, which will give us a reasonable boost. Here I'm operating on the assumption that we will be able to maintain friendship with Kamehameha. If we don't, we'll have more things to worry about for the loss of 300 gold. So yeah, let's go and sign a research agreement there. That'll give us a nice tech boost just when we need it. And Napoleon is still happy to buy our horses here. Well, that's good. Okay, and let's go and hook up this coal. This will also have the added benefit of grabbing us a few more jungles, so we can get some more science going in our capital, but also block off some of this land in case Kamehameha wants to settle somewhere up here. That would be annoying, both from the perspective of once we go to war with them, but also that would block off our road and it would force us to get open borders with them. So let's go drop a citadel. This is primarily to hook up the coal, but it's also not a bad spot. It controls some of this terrain. And yeah, we can leave the crossbow in there as well. Alright, let's go. Show queue, add to queue. Pop up a factory. And we got a lot of gold. Let's see how we're doing tech-wise. I suspect... how's our spy doing here? We don't have another textile for 19 turns. Should probably move that guy. Although... how are we doing culture-wise? No one's adopted an ideology yet. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have very many Goliaths before I get navigation, so I don't need to be saving gold desperately for those upgrades. I will go and buy 2 factories then. My 3 most productive cities are Nineveh, of course, then we got Nombamba and Assyria. Let's go and purchase a factory in Assyria, and then once we have enough gold, purchase a factory in Nombamba. 10 turns from now, we'll have 3 factories up and be able to found an ideology. Alright, let's go and convert this city. Silent Vendetta is saying that in most of the games he plays with Spain, he never is able to settle on a natural wonder, which is definitely frustrating if you played Spain expressly to take advantage of their natural wonder doubling abilities. So I see what you're saying there. Alright, so Kamehameha wants to give us gold. Excellent, that'll get us closer to buying that factory.
La France t'offre cette proposition
Forces for 2 gold per
exceptionnelle.
turn. Excellent. Ooh, and we're suddenly unhappy here. What's going on? Did we lose one of our city states? No. Someone adopt an ideology? No. Where is all this unhappiness coming from? It's not from cultural pressure. We still have the same city states we had before. Did I sell one of my gems that I wasn't supposed to? Yes, that is what happened. Oops. Well, we can go buy this gems tile and then put a mine on that. Yeah, with this worker, he's done the farm next turn. That's what I'll do. Being unhappy isn't quite so severe. If I had opened the rationalism policy here, then I would lose the 10% boost, which would hurt a little more. Okay, so which way do I want to scout? Since we are thinking of getting aggressive with the French eventually, we should go and scout out their shores. All this looks fine. Go ahead and purchase that factory. If we were to hard build it, that's 17 turns. I'm definitely going to go and purchase that then. We don't need a gold boost there. Let's see, how do you want me to vote on the copper issue? Nay on copper. Yay on copper? Arts funding. Yay on arts funding. Okay, so Kamehameha is going to pay me for that, including payment in iron, and I would welcome some iron. So yeah, let's do that. We'll up the lump sum to say 400, 500. What would make this deal work? 10 gold per turn, open borders. Alright, how about 200? Open borders for 220, 180, 187, 150, how about 160? Cool. Alright. 2 more iron and 160 gold for waiting for something that we don't really care about. That's cool. Napoleon is willing to sell us copper for 9 gold per turn. Yeah, I could go for that. I just hope that the banning of copper doesn't pass then. Alright, so we can adopt a policy here. We can open rationalism, which would get us a nice science boost here. That'd be an extra 20 beakers per turn. We could go wagon trains, which would get us, let's see now, how many trade routes do we have? All of my landed trade routes. We have 3 land trade routes. So this would get us 12 gold per turn, plus a nice boost from reduced maintenance on roads. Probably another 12 or more gold per turn. Or we could get another 20 cents per turn. I think I'm going to go and open up rationalism here. The other option that's tempting here is patronage. We do have a decent gold per turn, so we could start buying out some more city-states. Let's just open rationalism. That's definitely a safe bet, and we do want to catch up on tech. That'll help us there. Okay, there's the Colosseum done. We could try going for Big Ben, but since I am now low on happiness, I want to go and grab a zoo. Let's go get these gems hooked up. Alright, so I think this siege tower has outlived his usefulness. I'll go and delete him, save a little gold per turn. He was giving us a bit of scouting information, but apart from that, I don't really need him anymore. We've moved past the need for siege engines, since I'm not taking or planning to go to war with anyone on our continent. There's metallurgy. We're now working our way up towards military science. Textile in 15 and 16 turns. And we'll go improve some more tiles here. And the mood is growing quite rapidly here. I would like some more of these fish tiles hooked up, but I don't know if I really want to be spending $200 for that. And we'll probably get the road going next after we improve these tiles here. Alright, that's cool. 7 turns until we finish our factory. No one's founded an ideology yet, so we could be the first to that. Venice and Babylon have signed a research agreement. After military science, we'll go and head up towards scientific theory and get started on that porcelain tower at architecture. Alright, there's a zoo. Let's go and grab ourselves a bank or a canvassery or a caravanassery. How many caravans do we have leaving Assyria at the moment? Just the one. Let's go for the bank then. And here, let's go buy the gems. We're expanding there naturally in one turn. We'll just go and move the jungle in. Save us some gold. And drop off this crossbow. Alright, get another mine going. That's another 2 production. And this cargo ship was previously trading with Antwerp. Let's see. Our most profitable trade route would be from Nobamba to a Brazilian city here. Okay, let's go and rebase to Nobamba then. Nobamba. And Polynesia is pleased with us. We've just reached a golden age, that's nice. Will be helpful for our wonder production plans as well. And we might actually be the first to found an ideology here. So with that, I'm probably going to go order. It does give us the easiest supply of happiness. Although, if we want to catch up on tech, going autocracy and industrial espionage will be quite effective. So there's a question for the chat. We're going to get an ideology in 4 turns. Which one should I go for? So here, let's go and grab ourselves a workshop. That'll boost our production. Although stoneworks would be nice too. That's 2 production and some much needed happiness. Fortify there. And go and continue scouting the French shores. And here, a trade route with Brazil, please. Highest gold, like so. A little science out of that too. Although at this stage, for science is not really terribly relevant. Go to as a new ally. people would like to visit the most. Alright, so Kamehameha is the only civ to reach influential, and they reached influential with us. Got that online. Let's go and clear these trees. That'll help us expand to the coal a little faster. Sharp is casting a vote for order. Yeah. And order would be nice. We could get the science boost from factories there. That would be sweet. But Brazil has adopted order. And that means that I probably won't adopt order myself, since Kamehameha will probably found or want to found their own ideology. Or at least they'll likely pick an ideology that is not order, since its order's already been taken. Basically, I found that the AIs like to distribute themselves across the ideologies, and that means they will almost certainly not be choosing order, and that means we almost certainly aren't allowed to choose order, since we have to choose the same ideology as they do, since they've become influential with us. They became influential with us a long time ago. So order's out. Now the vote is between autocracy and freedom. Since we're going for domination victory, I'm digging autocracy. Kamehameha has ended one of our Lux trade deals. Let's go and renew that. Salt for spices. Cool. We're back into happiness. There's a zoo done. And let's go work on Circus Maximus here. Alright, go clear this forest. Put up another mine. And that's right. The other really nice tenant that I'll be going for will be the military production boost plus experience granting tenant. I think that's something like Total War or War Footing or something like that.
Got him.
Ah, cool. And so I think that's a level 2 tenant, while Industrial Espionage I believe is a level 1 tenant. So those will all be very useful for us. Rugasa is pleased, as is Antwerp, for hooking up silver. Geneva. We want more faith return and the pearls. We can go and toss some more gold at Geneva here. 37, 35. We can also send one of our spies over, although they are doing a good job with the textiles. Alright, so ideology next turn. And it looks like we're going to be going for autocracy. Alright, here, Nombamba, forget an artist guild or Big Ben. I think we will start pumping out some military units, or at least, well, we've got 19 gold per turn here. Let's go grab a bank, and then we'll start thinking about getting a barracks and armory online and shoving out some Galeas and or frigates slash privateers, depending on where we are with the textiles. Okay, ideology time. Well, let's go and do all of our other moves first. It'll give us some time to change our minds. Polynesia's got a little fleet of Galeas hidden up there. I wonder if they're planning to attack France. Finish the factory. Let's go and build ourselves. Let's see now. We do have some decent gold per turn here. Grabbing a market before we go on our experience granting run. Okay, we have military science in 4. So I want to build something that I can start on Brandenburg Gate as soon as I have that tech. So that could be the market plus the lighthouse. Lighthouse would be okay, it would make the fish tile quite nice. I'll definitely go market, and at Q, walls or lighthouse or stables. Let's see. How many stable enhanced? I just have the one sheep tile there. We'll go for the lighthouse. Choose production here. We finish the stoneworks. We'll go and get to work on a workshop. And go for the ideology now. Alright, so we'll be the first to found autocracy. And the best case scenario would be that Kamehameha also adopts autocracy. They might, since they have a lot of positive diplomatic modifiers with us. Let's see, can we discuss anything, trade anything to help shore up our influence here? We could open borders. That might make them a little more pleased with us. Anyways, we'll go autocracy here. Being the first to adopt autocracy, we get the 2 free tenants. Let's go for industrial espionage, definitely that. And we do have a lot of happiness at the moment, but Brazil has a fair amount of tourism with us, and we have almost no culture. So we're going to need happiness to counteract that ideological pressure. We probably would only get 3 or 4 happiness off of universal healthcare. We've got the national colors, the ironworks, the palace. I don't know if we have anything else yet. We are working on the Circus Maximus. So fortified borders would get us more once we built the walls. Alright, let's go fortified borders here. So if I am in great need of happiness, I can quickly go and build walls at castles, etc. Right, all this looks good. Next turn. Silent Vendetta is saying that next turn, Polynesia is going to go and adopt freedom. That would be bad, and it would mean we would have to switch. Although, if we switch right away, we could still get 1 free tenant out of the deal. So industrial espionage does speed things up here, and we now have a text deal in 3 turns each, and that'll actually line up perfectly. Well, not really. We're not unlocking a new tech yet. We'll probably steal fertilizer and rifling off of that, or fertilizer and dynamite. That would get us a lot of bang for a buck, tech beaker wise, and get us closer to railroads, which would give us a huge boost to production in Nineveh here. Alright, let's go and get this mine going. Found Krakatoa. And when are we expanding to this? 10 turns. Let's get to work on a road. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure, that looks fine. Okay, that looks good. Bulindi's working on a circus. We'll have to keep an eye on their next project. Genghis wants a research agreement, eh? Can I trust him? I find that all of my experiences with Kamehameha have been generally positive, although a lot of you guys in chat are saying that he's quite the duplicitous character. However, Genghis, he is quite bloodthirsty, and I can easily imagine him backstabbing us here. I think I'm going to decline here. I don't know if I can trust Genghis, especially since he is pretty bloodthirsty, and we do share a lot of borders with him. So Krakatoa often can't be worked. We don't know if that's the case. If I settled a city on this snow yieldless tile here, I could work Krakatoa. Obviously that wouldn't be worth it, but oh, and actually this snow tile would be a decent Krakatoa spot. It would have 1, 2, 3, 4 fish and the natural wonder. It's still not worth settling a city there. Oh, and crab. Still not worth it, but a decent spot. If the AI settled there, it wouldn't be as foolish a move as their normal random island settling usually is. Alright, this caravan. My most profitable caravan would be from Assyria to Honolulu, that's already online, or Ulundi to Khartoum. The other option is to go and disband that caravan and switch over to a cargo ship. Let's go Ulundi to Khartoum. At least I think that's still available. Let's double check that. I don't want to move that and find out I already have that going. No, that's good. Go on over to Ulundi. Oh, and Ulundi is now working on an aqueduct. Time to annex this guy. Switch that over to a courthouse. Go production focus. That all looks good. And Blizzard ID is saying there's a mod that fixes Krakatoa, forcing it to spawn more often or always within range of a land tile. And actually that's something that was supposedly fixed in a patch as well. And since this Krakatoa is actually workable, I guess the patch is working. But anyways, unworkable Krakatoa. It's a little silly, but it doesn't really bother me that much. But for those of you who think that you need to download a mod for that, I'm pretty sure it was patched. At least I'm 100% sure that I read that it was patched. I don't know if the patch was actually successful. Alright, so here we finished the bank. Sure, we could get a caravanserai. We could also grab ourselves an artist guild. We could try for Big Ben. Let's go caravanserai here. And then perhaps I am in the industrial. Am I able to purchase engineers yet? If I had enough faith, if I had 1,000 faith, I could. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. I won't be using an engineer to build the porcelain tower. Assyria is essentially my second most productive city. I could try and build the porcelain tower there, which does mean textiles in 2 turns. I might steal architectures, so I want a relatively short building project, either 2 or 5 turns. The caravanserai does fit that bill, as would either of these, and that would help me with the culture. Alright, let's do that. We'll go a little faster here, lock down some higher food tiles, and we'll go and build the Artist Guild to get a little more culture rolling in. Let's work another Writers Guild slot. That's Starvation. Reset tiles here. Alright, that does mean we miss out on working the jungle trading post, but I'd rather have the culture rolling in. That does bring our next policy just a turn sooner. Alright, that's good. So our capital will work on the porcelain tower. Kamehameha wants open borders, and I think I will give that to him. Let's see, 50. Because I want him to accept our ideology and any little bit. What are you doing here, Genghis? What is this trebuchet wandering into my lands for? I guess he could be headed for one of these city-states. And we do need our happiness, so we can go and toss some money over at Geneva. 1,000 gold. Fine. I do want to keep ourselves happy for the rationalism science boost. Circus Maximus is done. Let's go grab some walls, since we did get the fortified borders. Autocracy, belief. And let's get to work on this road network. Alright, let's go and settle this great scientist as an academy. Make sure that's being worked. Okay, this all looks fine. Put that down as well. And we wanted to go and trade with Khartoum here, I believe. Yes, excellent. Alright. This all looks good. We'll finish the lighthouse, get started on Brandenburg Gate. I don't think I've seen any alerts saying that that's been taken yet. It does still seem to be available. Let's go and have a look at Babylon. It's working on archaeologists and Broadway. Brazil might be going for a cultural win there. They're definitely building a lot of wonders. Alright, so I think we did pull off the double tech steel. Our most expensive text to steel could be either dynamite or fertilizer into dynamite. We could also go and steal architecture to get started on the porcelain tower right away, and then go into public schools or scientific theory to start the public schools as well. Alright, let's see what we can steal here. Fertilizer is the most expensive tech. I think I will go for that. And surely I get to... Oh no, is that a glitch? If you steal 2 techs at once, do you not actually pull off the tech steal? Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Let's go and share some intrigue there. Let's go to military science. These guys want pearls, gems, and got a promotion, fertilizer. I was supposed to pull off 2 tech steals there, but it seems like either there was a glitch or stealing the first tech delayed the counter on the second tech steal. Oh well, no matter. Looks like it's not going to happen again since the tech steal timers are not lined up at all. But the real plan here is to go and build Brandenburg Gate. Hopefully we'll win with that. And where was my scouting? Yeah, here he is. Okay, so there's the workshop done. Let's go and grab... forge would be nice. We do have the 2 iron there. A granite would help us grow faster, but we're not... we don't really have a lot of happiness here. Let's go grab a quick forge. We'll go zoo, granary, library. We do have some decent production here now with all those mines. In fact, I think... Economic overview. Even without a factory, Nimrud is our second most productive city here. So even though we were really late to found this city with the workers buying some tiles and 2 cargo ships sending food, that guy got online really quickly. Oh, and we have the other textile now. So looks like it was just delayed by a turn, but we're good to go. Okay, so what do I want here? Navigation, architecture. Oh, it's not even delayed by a turn, just the pop-up was hidden. Alright, so the most expensive tech here, we're going to go rifling. Or we can grab architecture right now. I'm willing to wait 5 turns for that. Let's go and grab rifling. And we'll continue this road network. Okay, this all looks good. Hopefully we do get Brandenburg Gate, and that'll be really nice. With Brandenburg Gate, Barracks, Armory, and Military Academy, plus the bonus experience from the Tenant and Autocracy, we should be able to pump out units with 3 promotions. On frigates, that means we can get the range promotion right away, which will make them extremely useful. Alright, there's a bank done. Let's go grab some walls. I think walls make us happy here. Isn't that correct? How are we doing culture-wise? I did choose fortified borders. Oh, it's castles that make us happy, not walls. Alright, so we'll have to build some castles after that if we want the bonus from that. I guess while we're waiting, since the walls aren't as useful as I thought, we'll go build a quick shrine, get a little more faith return for the eventual great engineer purchasing. And with this worker, let's toss up a quick farm. Okay, this looks good. Alright, so here, Brazil is asking if I want to join a war. And I think, for diplomatic reasons, I think I do have to agree for this. So let's say, give us 10 turns to prepare. As the 10 turn counter counts down, we'll eventually go and denounce France, and then hopefully we'll have a few naval units in there to go and actually cause some trouble. Maybe steal some French units. We got ourselves a great writer. We can use this guy to run a political treatise, and that'll speed up our next policy. Let's do that right now. So now it's just 14 turns until our next policy. Polynesia and Mongolia have signed the research agreement. USA, Hong Kong. Golden Age has ended. Okay, Arts Guild done. In 3 turns we can start work on a porcelain tower. So let's try to get... we could slide some quick walls in there. Sure, let's do that. We'll go... or temple, that would fit perfectly. Alright, let's go temple, and then we'll go into the porcelain tower. Obama's finished its shrine, and do I want a castle here, or do I want a navy? Let's go navy. We'll go build the barracks, armory, and then pump out either Goliaths, or if we end up hitting navigation, pump out privateers. Assuming we get Brandenburg Gate, none of that is what's going to pump out all of our frigates / Goliaths. Kolpu asks if I've considered playing a game where we go piety, on Deity of course, since he hasn't seen anyone do that. Yeah, sure, that's definitely something I can do later on. It's not something I've actually done, but it could make things interesting. We can go and sell assault for gold per turn. Okay, gems connected for Hong Kong. Obama loves the king, and Omros is also pleased with that. Antwerp makes porcelain and Hong Kong makes jewelry. flipping them over to our side could be useful in a pinch if we need a bunch of happiness. And as for our textiles, thanks to industrial espionage, our free techs are coming along at a fairly reasonable speed. There's the courthouse done, we got a bunch of happiness out of that deal. Let's go either a university or a coliseum. Let's go university here. I do want a little more science, and I think I will have happiness to spare for now. Cultural overview-wise, we are losing 7 happiness to pressure from order. That'll disappear if Polynesia adopts autocracy. If they adopt freedom, we'll be in big trouble. We'll have to switch to freedom. And if they adopt order, which I think is highly unlikely, then we'll have to switch to order. Meanwhile, here's Mongolia marching his troops somewhere. Alright, there's the forge done. Let's go granary. Well, change production, we'll go shrine, granary, library. And then either a zoo or experience generating buildings and a navy. Okay, let's go get another river farm online, although we do have fertilizer, so we could build farms everywhere and they'd be just as effective. And get to work on this road. Okay, wall's done. Let's go for the castle since it does grant us 1 happiness. Going for universal healthcare probably would have gotten us more happiness here, at least in the short term. It's going to take us a while to get all these castles online. Let's grab a quick shrine first. Okay, there's a barracks done. We'll go armory. Get a farm going. And let's go and scout Polynesia's coast. Well, getting more intel on Brazil might be pretty important as well. Brazil just finished Broadway. We're getting a little better on tech here. We're not last anymore. In fact, we're tied for 5th. So 3 other civs are tied with us, or behind us. And surprisingly, France, despite being 2nd on score, is last on tech here. Alright, let's get to work on the porcelain tower. 17 turns, we're not going to finish that in time for our research agreement though, are we? Let's see, research agreement will end at 123. That's 13 turns from now. Unless we get some additional production, we aren't going to finish in time here. Chopping forests won't help significantly. I'm already working 3 mines. I could go and mine some more of these hills. That might help. Now we can also go and work the factory slots. Well, they don't really offer us a lot of production here. Switch this over to production focus. That doesn't really get us nice tiles. Back to science focus. Definitely don't want to ban luxuries there. We could go and we're already voting partially for arts funding here. We did sell some of our votes to Polynesia. I don't want to ban copper. but on the other hand, I don't want to piss Polynesia off and vote against that. So let's vote for arts funding. It's going to pass anyway since the leaders, both Brazil and Polynesia, want that to pass. So we'll just commit our delegates in the positive to maintain good diplomatic relations. And let's see what's happening in the chat. Make sure that's up to date. I'm not sure if the stream has frozen. Or let's see, are we still live? Streaming is still good. Okay, just my preview player has choked. Alright, I'm assuming everything's fine. And if not, we'll go and upload the on-demand copy after the stream is done. Okay, this all looks good. Arts funding passes, and on luxuries fails. Okay, good. Valletta runs for Big Ben. Babylon has adopted order. Kamehameha does not yet have an ideology, and now that 2 other civs have jumped on order, I highly doubt he's going to go order. He might go freedom. I'm hoping he goes autocracy, and unfortunately we are facing minus 14 happiness there because we are so weak tourism culture wise. Alright, let's talk up these horses, go finish that trade route, and 8 turns on Brandenburg, 16 on Porcelain Tower. And if someone in the stream, okay, good, the stream is still good, excellent. So it's just my own preview player that's choked out. Thanks for letting me know, Tom and Michael. We can renew that deal, although our promise to go to war with France is coming up, and we'll likely want to go and denounce them before we actually have to commit to that. Let's see, I think that was probably 5 turns ago that we promised. Maybe 2 turns from now, I'll go and denounce Napoleon. Brazil is marching on France. We could share intrigue. Sure, fine, let's do that. Even though we are going to go to war with them later anyways. There's a research agreement signed. And here, we've already researched more than half of scientific theory. So let's go and grab navigation, which means my whole plan for building galleasses and upgrading them to frigates is out, but that's fine. We've got a lot of production, and hopefully we'll get Brandenburg Gate and be able to pump out frigates fairly rapidly over Nineveh, as well as Namamba and Nimrud. We've got a lot of good production on our coastal cities here. Okay, we finished the shrine there. We could go for a musician's guild, or that castle. We do need the happiness. Let's go for the castle then. And go and get this coal online. That'll also be a good high production tile. And Tom, I'm planning to stream for another 15 minutes or so that we'll be wrapping up at 9 p.m. My local time. It'll be a good hour-and-a-half stream, and we'll be resuming next week at the same time. Okay, this caravan, we'll go and renew that with Honolulu. So I've been really busy with work lately, and what the heck are you doing here? Genghis Khan has a huge army at my doorstep. We might want to go and reposition some of our crossbows then, at least one more over by Nineveh. I'm assuming these guys are just wandering over to the city-states. Genghis Khan does like to beat up on city-states, but it's possible he's coming for me as well. Anyways, as I was saying, I've been a lot busier this month than I'd like, and so I haven't done very much streaming, apart from my Tuesday and Thursday weekly commitments. But I would like to get into some more streaming, probably in July and August, and I will be finishing my Banished Let's Play. I really like Banished. It's sound of the rain, the little guys with the little pickaxes. I really like it. Okay, so here, Genghis wants open borders. I am willing to offer him open borders here. Sure. Yeah, you can have open borders, but hopefully you'll give me some gold there. Anyways, I will be doing more streaming, but I'm a little busy at the moment. And yeah, we'll be ending the stream in about 10 minutes for our... do I want to renew this deal? Fine. For an aggressive domination Let's Play, we have been pretty peaceful for the last few episodes. But if you're not on a Pangea, and you don't have a large army that you're just trying to grind through, you do need to take some time to get your economy and your science online before you do the full endgame push. So this is still very important to our plans for world domination. Alright, so I'm going to build the Eiffel Tower. Textiles in 4, both these cities. We have been getting a lot of rapid steals off at Rio, and so Brazil might reposition a spy there to stop us, which could be pretty dangerous diplomatically and for a spy. Fortify there. Go bring at least one more unit over. And what's going on with Polynesia? Okay, we've hooked up Nimrud, excellent. And what other tiles do I want to be improving here? We definitely want a mine on that coal. Send this guy over to get that coal online, or at least chop the forest so we get some faster border expansion. And we'll go bring a crossbow into position as well. And we'll definitely want some more happiness. Michael wants to see the demographics screen. Alright, so this is where we're sitting at the moment, in 5th place on a lot of the important metrics, so that's not bad. The leader, of course, still is way ahead of us, but we're not in a bad position as far as mid-game deity goes, and we're definitely on track for getting a decent navy out and doing a late-game domination military push. Okay, so this looks good. Bomba. Don't know if I'm going to be pumping privateers here. I don't know if I need a military academy here as well. It all depends on whether or not we get Brandenburg Gate. I guess I will finish the academy, and then go the armory, and then go for the academy.
Deveremos prosperar através do comércio?
Salt for sugar. Yeah, I can do that. And while we're at it, how much will you pay me to vote for the World's Fair? Aluminum. How about a whole bunch of gold per turn? Well, we'll do that as a separate thing, perhaps. Alright, so let's try 9 gold per turn. 10 gold per turn for horses and the World's Fair. You're also willing to offer me open borders. Let's pump that up to 12. Yay for World's Fair, salt, and horses for sugar and 12 gold per turn. Cool. That'll do. And since Brazil does have the diplomat, we'll see if we can sell them. I guess we've already sold them our core votes and we have no other votes to sell, but we'll just go double check that.
Hola.
Trade. Yeah, we can't sell any more votes. There's the armory done. Let's go military academy. Carrier ship over to, let's see, I'm going to be declaring war on the French soon, so trading with those guys is out. My most profitable trade route by sea is Bamba to Lyon. Alright, let's, well no, we don't want that because we are about to go to war with the French. Nineveh to Nuka Hiva versus Novamba to... Alright, I don't know if I can trust the Mongolians. We'll go and rebase to Nineveh and trade with Nuka Hiva then. And these guys, yeah, it looks like the Mongols are definitely heading over towards Antwerp. I will go and position a few crossbows around Nineveh though, just in case. Fortify. Alright, all this looks good. I do think I need to go and denounce the French though.
Bonjour.
Discuss. Probably denounce Napoleon. Since we are committed to a war soon. We've got Porcelain Tower finishing in 13. I should get another worker over here. We can go and improve some of these hills. Polynesia is pleased with my denouncement there, and someone just founded a religion. Let's find out what that was. Alright, everyone's happy to denounce France.
Examanim.
And old Nevi wants to renew a Lux deal. That's cool. Alright, ideology adopted. Come on. I need to find out what this is. Polynesia adopted autocracy. Awesome. That takes a real load off. So let's refuse that. Sorry, Napoleon. Alright, so. And not only did they adopt autocracy so we don't have to switch, but since they are ideologically dominant with us, we're suddenly very happy again. So let's go and take a look at the cultural victory screen. Their autocracy, and because they have so much cultural influence with us, their 4 autocracy swords, or whatever symbol that is, totally counteract Babylon and Brazil's order influence. So we're content again. We're super happy. This is awesome. Thank you, Kamehameha. I wonder if it was denouncing the French that tipped the scales in our favor. Anyways, that's a really awesome end note. We'll be finishing this episode in 5 minutes or so. So get your last questions and comments in before we wrap things up for episode 5. Fortify and chop that. Choose research. We have 2 textiles coming in 2 turns. I guess we'll go work on a cheap tech, and we'll probably steal our way over towards railways or over towards plastics. So let's go work archaeology. That'll be useful as a prerequisite for biology. Excuse me. And now Kamehameha is super happy with us, since we're both followers of autocracy. We should be able to maintain friendship with him right up until the end game.
Deveremos prosperar através do comércio.
And Brazil, despite the fact that we follow differing ideologies, wants to make a declaration of friendship. So sure, that'll be good. We can sell luxuries for lump sum gold, which will be super useful. 4 turns off from Brandenburg Gate. We do have a research agreement coming soon, so I should queue up the tech that I want. Likely they'll be into biology, since we're going to tech steal any one of these instead. Sydney, Tonga. Right, all that's fine. Another cargo ship is ready here. What were we doing previously? We were sending food to Nimrud, and I think I'm happy to continue that, although all of our high production tiles are used. We could go and buy the fish. 2 more fish tiles would be nice as far as food goes, as with this cattle. Buying another hill or 2. Yeah, Nimrud could use some more population, but buying the fish would also get us decent gold. Let's see, what other high gold routes could I set up here? Bomba to Lyon. No, we're going to be declaring war on the French soon. That's out. Nimrud to a Brazilian city. Alright, let's go with that then. We'll cancel. Well, do I have a market here. That's 11 versus 8. Alright, let's go rebase to Nimrud. Time for war. Alright, let's go and declare war on the French. And that's a whole bunch of deals with France ending. World Congress expands. We've got some Texas steel. RSC states declare war on Napoleon. Much of our gold and salt deals end. We're currently unhappy since some of our Lux trades with France have ended. Brazil has declared war on France, and some of our Lux swaps with Brazil have also ended. Alright, let's go and renew some of the Lux trades then. Dyes for copper?
Continue.
No.
Deveremos prosperar
Does he have excess
através do
gold?
comércio.
No. Okay. Do any of the other AIs have excess luxuries for trade? Possibly Babylon. 14 gold per turn. No.
Saluti.
Okay.
La offerta non
Gems
sarà
for
valida per
silk.
tanto tempo.
If we can get another gems online, that'll be useful. Alright, but first, the tech to steal here. Both steam power and electricity get us similar, or cost the same amount of hammers. Steam power gets us closer to railways. Electricity reveals aluminum, which can get us some more production and gets us closer to plastics. I really would prefer the railway option, since that will really boost production in our coastal cities as we hook them up to our capital. Let's go and steal. Let's steal steam power here then, and we'll go work our way up towards railways. Yeah. I have another textile coming, don't I? Yes, I do. So we'll keep that like that for now. And steal another tech. We can steal electricity here, we'll do that. And we do have some aluminum after all. Alright, so we'll run up towards biology with our next textile, which is in 7 turns. Hopefully that'll be successful. We'll grab dynamite and then into railroad. Okay, that seems reasonable. Assign delegates, choose host. We'll go and keep Polynesia on our good side here, since they'll win the vote anyways. and keep on scouting the bottom side of our continent. Then we'll go and check out the other continent. Alright, here, cargo ship. We can trade with Brazil for 14 gold per turn, not bad. And I really do need to start fielding a navy here. Hopefully we do get Brandenburg Gate.
Deveremos prosperar através do comércio?
Okay, Brazil wants to buy our dyes. I suppose that's fine, but I'd prefer just a lump sum of gold here. And I do need to fix the happiness here, so I think we'll pour some money into Hong Kong. I believe that was a good option that I had decided on previously. Yeah, especially since we're about to lose our friend status. Let's see, 47, they've got jewelry. And Wales, which would help us out. So, let's see, 47, 1,000 gold is pretty steep. And I'm not really sure where Venice's capital is. It would be pretty bad if they sent a great merchant and stole Hong Kong after we sunk $1,000 into that, but well, we are happy now. Let's see. No AIs to swap luxuries with. If we go unhappy again, I will pour a bunch of money into Hong Kong. But at the moment, I'm not in a rush to do that. Alright, so this will be the last turn. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. We just finished a university here. Let's go and employ those slots. And since we are low on happiness, I'm not eager to grow these landlocked cities. We'll go work another workshop there. And that slows our growth to 20 turns. Lock this stuff down. That's 26 turns. Yeah, all this looks good. Okay, university done. Let's go grab a Colosseum. There's a zoo done. We could grab a university here, or a market. Let's grab a quick barracks, and then we'll go and pump out a fleet of privateers there. Over here, I believe none of that does need more food. We'll go put a farm on the wheat, and we're expanding there in 20 turns, eh? Well, I don't really need all that coal, but the production would be nice. How much is that going to cost me? 95? Fine, let's do it. And you'll have to tune in next week to see if we actually get Brandenburg Gate. Alright, everyone, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next Tuesday for episode 6, and please tune in Thursday for my Thursday multi-session free-for-alls. Alright, Prime Evil, signing off.